deck.
All right, so we are seeing it from Brody's side. I think this is the first time we've watched from Brody's perspective. We've seen him play this shift deck a couple times, but seeing it from his perspective here now. He's going to throw that one back. It's got a Muck Crawler and a ton of shift units, but notably no time influence with 2 Tremor Shockers in hand.
I think you have to throw this one back.
Go to 6? And he will. You were right, he will go to 6. You got the 1-drop pair, the best friends there. And a torch. It's not a bad hand. It's not a bad 6.
Yeah, when you're talking about a fire deck where you probably just have to survive the onslaught, and then eventually when you do drop a Tremor Shocker, you expect it to trump the board, and when you...
All right,
so both players starting off with the turn 1
Nimble Conscript, yep.
Nimble Conscript. We're going to see a lot of unblocked and forced attacks in
Absolutely. Captain also fires off a Caleb's Favor. Deal 2, grab a Fire Sigil. Brody follows up with the Crooked Alley Guide, the 1-drop scout pair here. And that has drawn 2 Amber Waystones. Captain drops the Ticking Grenadin, which will definitely get in for some damage.
Ooh, Ornate Katana going on Nimble Conscript.
That's pretty good.
Conscript importantly has 4 health, so it's pretty difficult to deal with.
It has 4 health, which is going to be tough for Torch. That's the story of tonight. You either have Torch or you play something that survives Torch, and a 5/4 survives Torch.
Well, I think importantly you do both, right? We've seen so many big moments where a unit gets outside of Torch range, and that's the opposing interaction that can be played.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you're right. Torch is kind of the defining common of Eternal, so it makes sense. But yeah, having that key 4 toughness, either naturally through Nimble Conscript or through some of the enchantments and other things we've seen, I think has been key. They draw a Muck Crawler for the turn, so they'll go ahead and play that. They will have 4 time influence, so Brody is going to get an extra 2 health off of this Amber Waystone. We'll see if that matters. And Streets of Flame. We have not seen a lot of Streets of Flame tonight.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time it's going to be in Torch that's just 3 times as expensive, but turns out 3 times as expensive for the best card in the format might just be worth it anyway.
Yeah, it gives you a little bonus in the scout.
Here.
Yep. Yeah, and that's going to put Brody down to 8. Now, we'll know he'll go up to 10 off the land. And another Nimble Conscript.
Here's the downside of playing Nimble Conscript in the shift deck is you can't ever block with it. And against this fire deck, you want to be able to block with your 3/4s. CaptainTeembro has the torch for the alley guide. Nimble Conscript's going to have to attack. Will Brody even be able to mount a defense?
It doesn't look like it, and we've mentioned that before. Brody's done a great job with the shift deck, but there is the weakness of not being able to block, and we've seen Brody lose games to not being able to block with the shift units. And, Nimble Conscript, although not technically, not blocking because of its shift, also can't block. Just kind of hurts.
Great spot for CaptainTeembro here. Actually, just has lethal. Yeah. Torch, attack for 6, Granite Coin, and Torch, and that's exactly...
Granite Coin to Torch into Exaxes, and that'll do it. Quick win there from CaptainTeembro. Brody just, mulled to 6, so, did have a little bit of a disadvantage getting started, but couldn't mount much of a defense. And I think the 3/4 not being able to block made a difference there.
Yeah, that was huge.
All right, remember this
that was the first time we got to see that mono fire deck in action, and that was a pretty convincing display, if you ask me.
That was. Now, was Captain undefeated on the night?
I think when I checked the standings earlier, it looked like Captain had 100% game win percentage, but I think Captain also lost. I think Captain lost the last round.
Gotcha. All right,
yeah,
so Brody,
Captain's the 4th seed.
All right, Brody, we've got 2 power in hand. He does have the Nimble Conscript, but there you go. Drew the Granite Waystone to be able to shift that turn 1.
Yeah, but I don't think Nimble Conscript is fantastic in this matchup. It's just
Yeah.
going to attack when you
Yeah.
really need to be blocking.
That's true. You're going to be shifting out the 3/4. It's not going to be able to do anything until turn 3, and then when it does, it's going to attack, and it can't block. So now it does
If
let you
Brody,
play the Stone Scar Banner undepleted. Not that that really matters here, but you can also get your Muck Crawler up to a 3/3 with it.
CaptainTeembro has a lot of interaction in this hand, so it's going to be pretty easy to get through blockers. But are they going to be able to, like, if there's some removal, it might be difficult to keep it offensive.
Now, notably, Brody plays the Devotee of the Sands unshifted. Now, normally we've seen this be shifted, but I think he's respecting the aggro start here of Captain, being able to play this out as a blocker. Of course, it's not going to matter in the face of the torch, but made you use the torch on it.
Yeah, that was interesting. I think that if Teembro had torched at the end of Brody's last turn, they'd be able to play Caleb's Favor into Oni Run in there, which would have been a little better.
Now, here's the Cloak. We've seen Cloak be really good so far this tournament, but in this game, not looking quite as good. I'm going to shift out the mining team here, and I believe left a Muck Crawler on top.
Well, CaptainTeembro is going to continue just getting rid of blockers and attacking in there. Another 4 points of damage coming through here.
Yeah, if you're Brody, I feel like you're just going to have to keep playing units and just hope that Captain runs out of gas. Because
Brody's got that Dark Return. That's pretty good, and a Muck Crawler off the top. So Brody's going to be able to play a 3/3 and a 4/4.
Yep,
which should be enough to stop.
Smartly scouted that Muck Crawler to the top, knowing that he had the Dark Return for this one, being able to play 2 blockers here. If Captain has 2 removal spells, then of course they can keep attacking, but I think this is where Brody's just got to keep playing out units and hope that it'll be enough to survive the onslaught.
You know, this is actually kind of interesting. If you're CaptainTeembro here, I think you pump the brakes and wait for units to come off of shift and for these Muck Crawlers to shrink before attacking.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. You got one more turn, and then these drop to a 1/1 and a 2/2.
Well, you have to pay 2 draw steps, because even if they do drop here, even if they do shrink, there's no response window. Oh, just going in for the
attack. Yeti Pioneer is the first time we've seen this tonight. This is played quite a bit in ranked, but it's a reckless unit. It's a 3/2 naturally. It got pumped to a 4/3 and gives you a power when it attacks. So it gives a bonus power here up to 4. Granite Coin will finish off this Muck Crawler. We've seen Granite Coin do a lot of work tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely at its best in this fire deck, where your units are generally a little smaller, so you need a little help getting them through. So CaptainTeembro has Brody down to 9. That is a manageable life total to be able to finish someone off. Are they going to be able to find what they need? Oh, a 6/5 Pyromantle. That is huge.
Captain's going to char the blocker and then play a 6/5 charge Pyre Elemental. It costs 4 less because they flew off the charge, and that might just be game right there. They can jump and to go down to, what, 2? And down to 3. But again, the reckless unit.
And then Brody has to attack, and that's
has to attack.
That's a 2-0 for CaptainTeembro.
Yep. Has to attack with the Nimble Conscript. 2-0 for CaptainTeembro. Now, it's funny, we talked about at the beginning Mono Fire being the big baddie, but then we didn't see it all night, but here it is in the finals. So I think it might be the only Mono Fire deck in the tournament making it to the finals.